Yes, Hickok 45, your tactical internet shooting companion, coming to you from the barren hills of Tennessee. Yes, Tennessee, the home of Greg Allman. Did you know that? Yeah, the Allman Brothers Band. It's one of the greatest Southern rock or rock of all time. The Allman Brothers Band. That's another band I have always liked. Yes, but anyway, Nashville. Yeah, he's from Nashville. I saw him once at the Exit Inn when I was there he was there as well to see John Prine performing in the 70s. I'll never forget seeing him there. And love John Prine too. So glad you're here. I'm being tactical today. Did you ever think you'd see a lever action in my hands like this? What would John Wayne think? Jimmy Stewart, you name it, Wyatt Earp, anybody. Such a tactical looking lever gun with M-lock, a rail, but it does have nice sights. And have we done anything like this? I think we did one, kind of a tactical lever gun. I've been talking about it for a long time and thinking about it, meaning to get one, just haven't done it. I see them, all the time, of course, on the internet and at the NRA meeting exhibits or SHOT Show and everything. I need to do one of those. A lot of people are buying those, and it's getting people into lever guns, perhaps, that have not been into lever guns, or it's people who have been into lever guns for a long time. They decide they want one they can put a scope on it, or more easily, or with M-lock and all the things that you get with a more tactical version of it. And this is the Smith & Wesson 1854. Yeah, it's it's not an El Cheapo, thing. It's the 1854 they came out with, I guess, last year? It was early last year. And this is the Stealth Hunter model. So I saw this at SHOT Show. Yeah, I need to get one. So I requested one of these, which I'll tell you more about. And it's fine. I'm not a big fan of the bigger loops because I wrap my hand around them, so they kind of feel odd to me. That's why I don't have those on any of my lever guns. And I love lever guns. So even one like this, it has the ergonomics. It feels good. And that wasn't the first shot. I fired it one time before you all got here. Just one shot to make sure it would work. And it did. What did I shoot? Did I hit anything? Yeah, I did. I think I hit down there in the holler, I hit a red piece of steel, I believe. And I decided it's going to fire. Sights aren't like 10 yards off or anything. So these were basically the first shots, today, within the last 2, 3, 4 minutes. And yeah, pretty interesting lever gun. It's 44 Magnum, if I didn't say. One of God's calibers, right? 45 Colt, 45-70, 44 Magnum, all those great. There's so many great cartridges. 357 Magnum, 38 Special. When you get into big bore and medium bores, there's so many. So yeah, I'll shoot that. I got another gun. I was going to shoot a little bit more, but I had a little bit of trouble with where to get it into function. We'll shoot it too. But anyway, I am glad you're here, and yeah, really am. And I want to welcome a new sponsor, Davidson's Gallery of Guns. In fact, that's where I got this. Yep, sent it to us to borrow, and it's pretty cool. Davidson's Gallery of Guns. You get a guaranteed lifetime replacement on any firearms you purchase from them, the original purchaser. So that's hard to beat. In fact, I bought one from them. They are kind of a distributor plus a retailer, online. And I thought I'm gonna go through the process. I bought a 43C. It's been a couple of weeks, ago or more. And it's kind of interesting, how it works with local dealers and the arrangements that the distributors have, and you do kind of the deal, and you go to your local FFL and pick it up, and yeah, works out really well. So it got me a 43C I bought from them. But anyway, yeah, this is on loan, and we appreciate their support. And also, Silencer Central, yeah, it's a great Banish lineup. I was going to do a little more shooting with some with a Banish today, and I got my Glock 45 out, and I just about 4, 5, 6 different types of ammo. Having trouble with this Glock, getting it to function reliably enough to enjoy the suppressor. I have had more issues with Glocks, I think, and suppressors than any other handgun, certainly. Definitely any other handgun. I know that's kind of a general issue with Glocks, getting them to function. With the ammo you want to shoot, with a suppressor, and without changing out springs or something, funky with it. And this is just a stock tactical, is it called the tactical version? I don't know, of the Glock 45. It's got the high sights and a threaded barrel. And I normally don't shoot without the thread protector. It's back in the house, but I'm going to shoot it anyway today, so just like that, naked, without the suppressor. But we appreciate Silencer Central and their support. Check out they've got some titanium mufflers that are really, really cool. A new Banish 9, titanium, that's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, and then of course the Sonoran Desert Institute, appreciate their support. Get yourself some distance learning on a variety of topics. Check them out. Can I shoot this again? Put some more. That was some Underwood I was shooting, and I think I've got, what else? I've got some 44 Special I'm gonna try. I just am too dumb to remember. I'm thinking in the 1854 we did, the standard version when it came out. Was that the one I had all the struggling with 44 Special, or was that a Marlin? I think it was. We'll shoot some Fiocchi 240 grain Magnum stuff. Shoot this thing. It feels pretty smooth. As I recall, I enjoyed the original 1854 original. Well, the one they came out with last year, I guess is how you'd say that. This is 240 grain, jacketed soft point. Fiocchi, throw some of that in here. Take a couple of those. All right. This thing is threaded as well. So when we do a video with this, I'll suppress it. Okay. I've got the Banish 46. Ought to work well on this thing. Let's hit that bullseye. You want to? Clyde, and the cowboy, and the gong, and a 2-liter right here, and a bowling pin. Flick. Yeah, feels all right. Now I did put an extender on it, make it a little bit longer. 44 Magnum, pretty handy. Pretty handy. Not bad. Not bad at all. Also want to thank Alabama Holster. Got 2 or 3 in this week for my my little ultimate carry 638. Yep, J-frame. Got a flapjack belt holster and pocket holster, and another one. So yeah, appreciate their support. Wonderful concealment holsters, sure are. And anyway, what else did y'all want to know about? Yeah, so yeah, we're really appreciative of Gallery of Guns. I say a pretty good deal, guaranteed lifetime replacement for the buyer. And all you do is you pay the shipping back, I think, and they'll replace it if you have a problem with it, or if it's something's just not available now, they'll repair it. So that ain't bad, just the shipping back. So check them out. Can I shoot it again? Let's try specials, okay? Hopefully it won't end up I'm not very smart, but I learn after I make enough mistakes a little bit, right? I learn enough. It takes a while. I'm thinking of the video. and I believe it was a Marlin. Maybe it was the 1854. But anyway, in the video, I decided I was trying 44 specials. Or unless it was a 357 and I was trying 38s. I think it was a 44, and I was trying 44 specials, and it kept hanging up, you know, and I didn't give up soon enough on it. And so I know it got a little tedious, I guess, in the video, but I don't know. I've had lever guns are kind of funny, you know, the 38, the 357s and the 44 Magnums. It's a bit of a challenge, I guess, if you're making those rifles, to get them to feed different lengths of cases, cartridges, right? That's what it comes down to. That's why I know a lever gun is not a semi-auto, but that's why your 22 long rifle semi-autos, guess what? They're always long rifle, whether handgun or a rifle, right? It's just asking too much to handle different lengths of cartridges. Now, lever gun's not quite that picky, but it can be. They can be. I've had some, and I have some, that will feed both just fine, the short and long cases. Then others just don't like the 44 special, but like this one. Maybe. Let's try it again. Yeah, maybe it will. That was the first one it hung up on, wasn't it? Let's try it again. I might have, I don't know. I might have namby-pambied that first round or something there. And that's kind of like a pump shotgun sometimes. I just always feel, I do that sometimes with a pump shotgun. You'll see me do it. You've seen me do it with a lever gun occasionally, and you'll get on to me. You got to work that thing like a man, you know, with authority to get that next round in. And I understand that, but I don't know. I expect too much, I guess. I expect the machine to function smoothly. If I want to bring that next cartridge up in slow motion, whether it's a pump shotgun or a lever action, I expect it to just feed right into that chamber with precision, no matter how I do it. If I'm hanging it upside down in a tree or whatever. All right, let's see what was going on. Okay, I got it all the way down. I'll bring it up fast. All right, maybe that was the problem. What do you think, Clyde? Long time. Yeah. Click. Trying for the buffalo. Okay. Feels pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. At least with that 44 special, that was Steinel. Some Steinel lipstick ammo. All right. That's good. That's good. That makes it more versatile. Guess what? It increases the number of cartridges that it will fire, as in double, right? Not essential, but you know, it's kind of nice to be able to feed them both. Although they're both expensive if you're buying them, right? If you're a hand loader, it's not as big a deal, but 44 Magnum's pretty expensive. Buy a box of it, and then 44 Special, maybe as expensive, right? Because they don't sell as much of it. You know, I don't load as much. I think the manufacturers. Let me tell you. Well, we'll do a video on it, but my first impressions are even though it looks funky for a lever gun, it doesn't look traditional, of course. The handguard feels very comfy. Feels very good. It probably looks bizarre on a lever gun, right, John Wayne? But it feels very good. Yeah, it does. All right. Probably the ugliest part of it is the rail, I guess, and of course polymer, but having a rail on there. But it also has what are those, XS or not? Or it's got the ghost ring sight, and I love those. So that takes some of the bite out of it. You know, it's a very shootable firearm. Kind of like it. The other one had that too, didn't it? Let's put some magnums back in this thing. Let's yeah, okay. okey-dokey. All I know I do before I shoot that, I had some mags loaded. I think, yeah. That's some Steinel in this Glock 45. I'm gonna fire this thing. Just having trouble getting it suppressed successfully, but make sure I still like it. You know what the 45 is, 9mm, and I think that was, I don't know, that was just some standard 124. Here's some Steinel that I think is very, yeah, subsonic. Supposed to be my nice gun. I forgot how I like that, much I like that front sight. It's a narrow front sight. Pretty cool. Yep. Again, basically, what is that? A Glock 17 with a Glock 19 slide. Of course, this one's more tactical, right? So if you can find some ammo and a spring where you can suppress it successfully, it is set up to be able to do that. That's pretty nice. I might try some of this other slower ammo, 150 grain. All right. Nice pistol. I think Glocks will be successful. Don't you hate it when I bring out a Glock? I just had to do it. Just had to do it. Yeah. Let's get back to this lever gun. Anything else you wanted to know about? Oh man, I don't know. I had a note about something here for young people. That's right. I was going to remind you. I saw a quote recently, a quotation somewhere. It said, this is in keeping with my theme of not worrying about what people really have to say, especially on the internet, you know, and online or whatever, you know, where a lot of young people, and everybody catches it for anything you do, anything you say. It's just the way life is. But this quotation said, don't take criticism from someone you would not take advice from. You've probably seen that. I think I had too. But don't take criticism from somebody you wouldn't take advice from. So, in other words, somebody whose opinion you don't value, right? Or anything, you don't even know them. But, you know, so if you get bent out of shape over something somebody says to you or about you online or whatever, you don't even know them, think about that one. You know, this is nobody you would take advice from. So you definitely not going to take criticism from them, right? So I thought that was pretty good. Something to remember, young folks. You're growing up with the internet and all that craziness, so it can be a challenge, right? It can be a challenge. It can be a challenge for adults or anybody. As I've said before, I don't know how. Poor kids at school. You know, you get to middle school and high school, and you know, even 30 years ago, 100 years ago, difficult situation. You're forced into a crowd of animals, you know, people your age, 11, 12, 16, 13, whatever the age is, and peer pressure and all that business of excluding this person or this group or, you know, whatever it might be, and trying to fit in. It's just a difficult situation, and people can be mean no matter how old they are. And if you're often people who are young, they're in middle school or whatever, they really enjoy being mean. They don't even try to hide it, you know, and there you are stuck with them, all that. And then you've got the internet on top of that. So you never get away from it. You know, you go home and there's a posting, you know, or a text or something, you know. It's just got to be a tough time. Got to be a tough time. But you'll survive it. Most of us did, right? All right, let's load up this lever gun. Yeah, even a lever gun is, I don't know, it's kind of a bittersweet thing, you know. It's just like, hey, a lever gun. Get to shoot a 44 Magnum lever gun, right? But the bad news is it looks like something out of Road Warrior. But I have to say, I've looked at these things. I picked them up, held them at various shows, and I thought, well, man, that's a strange bird. But you know, they feel fine, and I see why they make them and why some people buy them. I'm not sure I would actually buy one myself. Yeah, got that old buffalo finally. Oops, click. Yeah, I think the sights are pretty much on. It's got a short barrel and 44 mag. That's a handy little piece of hardware. And so I guess it loads. I haven't done any research on it. It loads from the tube, I guess, and the loading gate. It's like a lot of the newer lever guns do. So yeah, it's the Stealth Hunter. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I appreciate it. I requested that from Gallery of Guns, and there it is. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. All right. So, what do you know, man? Lever gun. They come in all factions, and it's you know, I think the first time I saw a lever gun that looked anything like that, I wanted to gag. You know, at some show somewhere a few years back. But, you know, the more I thought about it, you know, I said, oh, wait a minute now, I don't want to be a hypocrite. You know, I'm always trying to get people into lever guns and enjoying these things, discovering these things, the joys of a lever gun. And if that's what somebody wants, that's their route they take. Especially if it's the only route they would take to get into a lever gun. That's fine. Whatever it floats your boat. And then again, of course, some things are more practical. If I'm going to climb the mountains in Alaska or something, or in the Rockies, and I'm determined to hunt with a lever gun, whatever it is, you know, maybe this is what I would want, something more like this. I'm gonna bang it up and bang it against rocks or something. I don't know. I'd probably just take one that I have and not worry about it. But so there's possibly a place for it. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to be too judgmental about that, because I'm sure there are a lot of people at ranges as I speak with lever guns that look just like that, various calibers, and they're just enjoying the heck out of them. Yeah, so that's good. It's like I always say about people with maybe different political philosophies than I have, and that are right there on the cusp of being pretty anti-gun, but they decided they want a gun. You know, they're pretty active and maybe even the anti-gun movement in some ways, especially certain types of guns or whatever. And they don't have a gun. I just love it if they do get one, whatever it is, a single shot, 22 short or something, whatever it might be. Get them into it, get them to see the enjoyment of it or of hunting or whatever it is, the security they might feel. Maybe they sleep a little better. I don't really like guns, but I think I sleep a little better when I hear a bump in the night, you know, whatever, because I know I've got that if the worst were to happen. And that's the first few steps right there, you know, I think to a world of a certain amount of enlightenment, you know, really, because they have a firearm and you know they're going to like it. They're going to like it more than they knew. And they're going to enjoy shooting it, and they're not going to want to give it up. And so when their buddies or the politicians they vote for start talking about, you know, gun control, more gun control, then they're threatened a little bit there about that. It's like, you know, some politicians say, well, we don't know about people having cars with certain level of horsepower, or they'll go over 80 miles an hour, you know, well, then that's a threat to you and me and everybody. And so they've not experienced that threat might be too strong a word, but you know what I'm saying. So they need to, that puts them kind of on our side of the fence a little bit. And so that's always good, however they get into it. So maybe I'm getting too mellow in my old age. Do you ever think of that? You don't care. Okay, what did I shoot at before I kick y'all out of here? I think I was going to tell you that was really important. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of notes. I probably just didn't have anything worthy to bring up, really. Well, I did mention the primary and secondary podcast. I think, yeah, gosh, I hate not having to see it. I hate to mention something I'm on, where I haven't seen it. We sat around for 3 hours yakking about guns, but I think they said it was, well, what difference does it make? I say stupid things no matter when I'm on air and whatever show I'm on. That's just it, unedited. So, but I think he said, Matt said it'd be airing on the 28th of this month, or well, of last month. So by the time you see this, it's already been up. I'm a little early this week. I've got a lot going on this week. So, anyway, it's probably up when you see this, but it's a long. The topic, if you've seen any of those, I mentioned them last week. They're pretty serious topics. It's some really, really good discussions on there, primary and secondary, and some won't pertain or interest you. He's a current police officer, and a lot of people that have on there are, and some are not. Some are trainers, and it's just a variety of people, but all relates to, for the most part, the shooting or the psychology of owning firearms, carrying firearms, and all that kind of thing, which we all can relate to if we carry a firearm or we're thinking about carrying a firearm. Important stuff to consider. But on this episode, he didn't want me on there, didn't invite me to talk about some police issue or some hardcore topic. He wanted to do one on the enjoyment of shooting and just the fun, involved with the firearms and the hobby and just everything. We got in some other areas in that long conversation, but that was, the kind of the theme of that. And so, but anyway, yeah. Why would I be afraid to remind you of something? Not that you're desperate to go see more of me yakking, but yeah, like I'm afraid I said something dumb. That's like I'm afraid there's oxygen in the air today. Yeah, I'm afraid the sun's going to come up tomorrow. So, do I have another magazine loaded for this? Oh, I do. Glock 45. Since I got it dirty, this is, I think, Range Dynamics 147 grain. Fiocchi. All right, let's just shoot this thing. I can't stand to go back to the house with a loaded magazine. Okay. What do you think, Clyde? I enjoy shooting around those 2 liters to hit the old cowboy. It's fun. I end up shooting around them more than I shoot them. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. Interesting firearms. Again, illustrating, I guess, the variety of firearms that are out there. Although this lever gun is not all that big a contrast to this Glock, as it looks like a Glock rifle. Yeah, kind of does. But to each his own, especially if wood doesn't appeal to you, and it doesn't. Even a lot of people who have buy hunting rifles, your classic bolt gun, bolt action hunting rifles, don't like to buy them with wood. They buy them with a polymer stock. So, this is not necessarily offensive. In fact, it's probably not offensive at all to a lot of people. You get right down to it, the most offensive part to a traditionalist would be the rail. If you took the rail off, then you just got pretty much a lever gun with a polymer, furniture on it. Of course, you got the telltale M-lock and all that. It's a little different. I don't know if John Wayne used M-lock on his lever guns ever. I never really see him with that, but times are a-changing, right? As Bob Dylan sang. I still haven't seen that new movie that he's in. What's that called? I keep wanting to think it's No Direction Home, but that's not the title. It's Something Alone. Something Alone. But anyway, I want to see that before it gets out of the theaters. I was a Bob Dylan fan, still am. Yeah. So, yep. Love Bob Dylan, always have. Okay. That's enough. I have nothing else of any intelligence level to share with you. I'm just glad you came out today. And it's not a bad day. You know, we sandwiched between the time when I saw you last week and today. We did have, I wasn't lying to you, we had some horrible weather, very cold, snow. This was all covered in snow. Yeah. So I got in early last week. It was good. This week I'm a little early too, but it's just because there's some things going on. And yeah, but lucky to have some days like this. And I think it's going to be even warmer tomorrow, the next day. So it's March, so we're on the way. We're marching into some much better weather, I think. We could get any kind of weather you can imagine yet, but not too long. Not too long. Once you get up there around April, it's just not going to be too bad. Knock on wood. So glad you're here and appreciate everybody that helps us. And again, welcome our new sponsor, Davidson's Gallery of Guns. Look them up. And everybody else that just does all kinds of cool stuff for us. Talon grips and Ballistol, gun fun targets. Made us some new targets. Oh, this is, yeah, I kind of pasted, did a little cutting and pasting till I get the new targets. And I've got a couple. I just didn't have them up yet. But anyway, you'll see some better looking targets here down the road. We get into March. But I appreciate your support. Glad you came out today. So don't forget the Shoots channel and the Clips channel, and that's what they are. They're clips of various videos from last week or whatever. And the totally original videos, original content, you know, or like the Sundays and Tuesdays and the Fridays and everything, and on the main channel, and then the Hickok 45 Talks channel. Yeah, it's original. May not be worth much, but it's new stuff. It's new idiocy. It's not idiocy brought back. You'll see me sitting around the woods or somewhere just talking about something from in those clips on the Clips channel and the Shoots channel. Probably not the Shoots channel, but the Clips channel. But that's from Shooting the Breeze or some other, you know, it's a clip brung back by John. But in the Hickok 45 Talks channel, you know, that's new idiocy, me sitting in the woods or wherever I am yakking about something. So it may be still really, really dumb, but it's actually recent. Yeah, it's actually, like I say, recent idiocy. Yeah, so I will talk to you all later. I'm glad you came out today, and make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you're paying attention. You watch your video. If you're not paying attention, I can tell. Yeah, life is good.